Hello and welcome. I'm Annie and today we will be making soft and pillowy sub buns, which are a great vessel for your favorite sandwich toppings. For this recipe, you'll need 1 cup warm water, about 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons salt, 4 tablespoons olive oil, 1 tablespoon yeast, and 2.5 to 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. To the bowl of your stand mixer fitted with the dough hook attachment, add the warm water, sugar, salt, and olive oil. Now turn on your mixer and stir this for just a few seconds until the sugar is incorporated throughout the water. Sprinkle the yeast on top of the sugar water mixture. Stir for an additional couple of seconds and allow this to stand for 5 minutes so the yeast can bloom. Once the yeast has bloomed for 5 minutes, you'll want to add 1 cup of flour to the stand mixer. Now stir this for 3 to 5 minutes. Now that this is well mixed, you'll want to add 1/4 cup of flour at a time until a soft dough forms. This dough, and you'll see in a little bit, should pull away from the sides of the bowl but still stick to the bottom. That's when you know that it's done. There's 1/4 cup. Now that your dough is done kneading, just turn it out onto a clean, lightly floured surface. Now you'll just want to knead the dough until it is smooth. Okay, just shape this dough into a ball. Put it back into your bowl. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap. And allow this to rise for 30 minutes at room temperature. Now that your dough has been rising for about a half hour, turn it out onto a clean surface. Divide the dough into 4 sections using a bench scraper. I love my bench scraper when working with dough, as it really makes splitting the dough and scraping it off the work surface so much easier. Since it has a dull edge, it doesn't damage your surface, so you never have to worry about your countertops. There are many options out there, but try to choose one that has a dull edge and, if possible, has measurements written out on it so you don't have to drag out a ruler to measure your dough. Mine does not have the measurements written, but I know it's 6 inches. If you use your counter or a board to work with dough, this is an absolute game changer. I'll link to one that's similar to mine in the description below. So just again, divide the dough into 4 sections. So we've got 4 sections of roughly even dough. Now, take out each piece and roll it into about a 9-inch log for sub buns, or a ball for Kaiser style buns. So you just roll it out. And again, my bench scraper is 6 inches. So I just measure along. That's about 12. I want it a little shorter. So I'm just gonna tuck in the sides. And roll, tuck. Six. Yep, that's about right. Place each dough onto your baking tray, which you'll line with parchment paper. These two I'm going to make into round buns. So what you do is you just cup it in your hand and, leaving it room, gently roll it around your surface. Okay, you're gonna feel some resistance to this. And roll until this little dimple underneath pretty much disappears. You're just gonna use light pressure. Yep, that's a tiny little hole now. I'm just gonna pinch it shut and place it on your pan. Next, you'll just want to take 2 sheets of plastic wrap, or 1, depending how large your pan is, and lay them out. Overlap them slightly. And we want to grease these. So just grab your oil and a paper towel. Put some oil on your paper towel. And just grease it. Now, cover your pan with the lightly greased plastic wrap. So there you have your tray with your buns. I've got 2 sub buns and 2 round buns. And I'm just going to set these aside to rise at room temperature for 1 hour. Now that our buns have been rising for the last hour, we're just going to remove the plastic wrap. And as you can see, mine are very, very puffy. They rose quite a lot. I left them just a little bit longer than 1 hour. It was probably about 1 hour and 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. So you can see that they've kind of blended together a little bit, but that's okay. They'll still come apart nicely once they're done baking. So what you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees and bake these buns for 25 minutes until they turn a beautiful golden color. These are fresh out of the oven, and as soon as they're out of the oven, grab a cold stick of butter and rub them over the tops of the buns. This helps to seal in the freshness when you're storing them. And because they're so hot, the butter's gonna melt instantly. This step is completely optional, but I find that it helps keep the buns fresher longer. Now just cover them with a clean dish towel and let them rest for 30 minutes to cool down. These have been cooling for 30 minutes now, and they are ready to eat. You can see they're nice and glistening. They are stuck to the parchment a little bit. Just peel them off. And look at these beautiful buns. They're absolutely gorgeous. Since this is a fresh dough with no preservatives, they will not keep for very long. However, if you want to have fresh buns for days to come, simply freeze them in a freezer-safe bag once they're cooled. You then simply just need to thaw the buns before using them, and to do that, you can either use a toaster or an oven to give them that crispy exterior before cutting and filling. Wow. Soft and pillowy. These are amazing. It has been a pleasure cooking with you today. Please let me know in the comments below how your dish turned out and if you have any questions at all. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to get notifications of future videos. Enjoy your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!